Hey guys and girls of Guitarland, I hope you're all well and all is good with you. And if you're currently one of my guitar students, again, just wanted to say a massive thank you once again for your trust, and also hope that you're practicing hard, growing as musicians, becoming better guitar players, and that you've enjoyed the last year or so of these fully online guitar lessons due to a global pandemic. What can I say? And this is the view of me that you've become so used to since lockdown began. Now, as things start to return to normal a little bit, and I will eventually go back to doing some face-to-face guitar lessons in Southampton, I'm still going to be doing lessons online using Zoom or FaceTime or whatever for those people that prefer to do remote lessons, and also for those of you that I teach that don't live in Southampton or even the UK for that matter. So today I wanted to just share with you my current setup and how I get audio across to you, and perhaps share some tips on how we can work together over the Zoom software. First of all, what we got here, this is the audio interface. So this is what I put my guitar and microphone into, so that way there's no, or at least very minimal, external noise coming through to you, like, you know, kids crying, dogs barking, traffic noise, all that kind of shit. So what we've got here is I've got my microphone plugged straight into channel 2, which is that one there, and then I've got the guitar going into channel 1. And the other thing we've got is the computer sound itself. So we'll talk about that in a sec. So what my current setup is, let's just have a quick look around here. So we've got the Mac there, got some cool little trinkets. There's a big shiny light, you can't see that. There's just a big old light on my face there, so you can see me clearly. Awesome mug that someone got me. Good old trusty Roland Cube microphone with a tube screamer there, the OD808, there we go, which is great. So very crudely, I just used that, come out the headphone output into the audio interface. Very crude, but it serves its purpose. I've got a mixer there that I sometimes use as well. So my main setup though is I'm going into this really cool EVH pedal, EVH overdrive pedal, and then I'm using some cab simulation software on the interface to get the sound across to you there. So far we've got the microphone that I'm talking into, which is this thing here. It's just a SM57 beta, and that's going into the interface. Guitar's going into the interface, and then you're, like I said, you're also hearing the sound from the computer itself. So that would be the songs that you're learning. So I can listen to them on Spotify or iTunes. I can play backing tracks through the computer to you. We can look at YouTube videos, whatever it is that you're listening to. I can send all that sound directly through to you via Zoom. And then I monitor with these headphones. They just come straight out of the audio interface so that I can hear you speaking and playing guitar, obviously. So that's the current setup. Some of these little bits and bobs, they change now and again, but basically it's guitar, microphone, and computer sound all plumbed through coming over to you. So let's quickly talk about some of the things that you can do to get a decent sound back through to me. So you could get a similar setup to what I have if you don't already use something like that. And that would basically mean having the Zoom software on your PC or Mac instead of your tablet or phone. And these days you can get really, really cheap, but still quite decent USB mics these days too. So what you would do with that is you would just position it somewhere in the room so that it's picking up your voice, it's picking up the sound of your amp, and it can even pick up the sound from your computer speakers as well if you want. So what I advise against, I should say, is just using the default mic on, say, like your laptop, because quite frankly, they just sound shit. They clip, they distort, they compress the signal, and they just cut all the decent sound that you're trying to get across to me out. So try not to use your default mic if you can possibly help it. So let's look at some of the audio settings that you can adjust to get a really good sound across to me. So here's some things to do with the audio settings on Zoom. So you click this little menu here, go to audio settings, and then you can see that when I'm talking into the microphone, it's going green. So if you're not loud enough, then whack up your input volume to about 80%. That should work. You can test your speaker here to make sure that the sound's coming through. Automatically adjust microphone volume. I'd leave that ticked on. Now this suppress background noise, you don't want it suppressing background noise. So I would put that on high, so that it's only suppressing really loud background noises. If you have it on low, it's going to be suppressing faint background sounds. We don't want that. We actually do want the sound to be coming through. So it's only going to suppress really loud background noise. Don't put it on auto because it just decides for you what it's going to suppress and not. And show in meeting option to enable original sound. So you want to ensure that your original sound is on. Echo cancellation, you want that ticked on. High fidelity music mode, tick that on. And that is basically it. There's nothing too advanced. Echo cancellation needs to be on auto in the advanced settings. And that's pretty much it. That's going to make sure that you're getting a good quality sound across to me here. Just one little correction there. This thing here, the original sound, you see this thing here? You want to click that. So what you're doing is you're clicking the original sound on. You're not clicking it off, you're clicking it on. So what that's doing is where it says original sound off, you click that to switch it back off, I guess. So just as long as it looks like that, you're good to go. So yeah, lastly, I just wanted to say thanks again for your trust and support. And you know, it's not been ideal not having guitar lessons in person. It's been a bit of a learning curve for a lot of us, but it's absolutely fine. Doing remote guitar lessons this way has been a real game changer, and it's allowed me to see as many people as possible, and not just from Southampton, but basically from like around the world as well. So thanks for checking out this basic guide. Now I just want to give you just a few more tips for remote guitar lessons, and the first one is just try and act normal. I'm really like awkward on camera and stuff anyway. I hate doing stuff like this. I never know where to look or anything like that. I'm just kind of looking at myself on the screen at the moment. So the best thing to do is just try and be yourself and just act as normal as possible, and just act as if we're in the same room. Find somewhere quiet where you're not going to get interrupted by friends, family, background noise, pets, that kind of thing. Try and avoid backlight from windows, so that, then I won't be able to see your face or the guitar or anything like that. So you can invest in just a cheap light like I have, or you can just make sure that there's good lighting on yourself and your guitar, and of course adjust the camera so that I can see you clearly, get the right angle. Don't want to see your crotch if you're using like a phone or whatever. I don't want to see up your nose either. Wear headphones if possible, because that helps cut out the external noise and distractions and feedback and all that kind of stuff. So any technical issues, anything else that you want me to talk about in future, just give me a shout. And if you require any help at all, just let me know. Thanks again, guys. Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.